Hi everyone, and welcome to episode 43 of Like, Share, Follow, coming to you a bit earlier this morning on a Wednesday. And this week I have Jess Elmes, who is the lead digital marketer at Pixel Co Creative. Welcome, Jess.
Hello, thanks for having me.
Thanks for getting up so early. And so we were just discussing before we went live that you graduated from USC with a Bachelor of Creative Industries in 2018.
Correct. Yes, that's right.
Yeah. So tell me, what have you been doing from that time until now?
So in my last year of uni, I actually was working for a Toyota dealership here on the coast as a marketing assistant. So that sort of gave me a leg up into a marketing position straight after uni. So I actually applied for a marketing assistant role for Pixel Co, which was Cara de Shot Creative back then, and got that job and have been there ever since. So about 2.5 years now I've been with Cara at Pixel Co, and we've seen a lot of changes. So from then I was marketing assistant, then I jumped into marketing coordinator, and then now currently I'm lead digital marketer. So I actually run all of the Facebook ad campaigns as well as the organic social. So I'm a content creator as well as a ads manager.
Fantastic. And so you will also see that you're about to start another new adventure in your career.
Yeah, so actually on Monday, I'm about to head over to April Forward, which is obviously another agency on the coast, where I will be an ads manager there. So taking the design side away from things from me for a little bit, and just seeing how I go and in progressing as an ads manager. So really just honing in on trying to become the best ads manager I can be, because there's not that many around, as we've figured out. So so I'm pretty excited for that.
Absolutely, yeah. So being an ad specialist, particularly on the coast, yeah, there are very few and far between, really good ones. Anyway, and we're also really lucky, I think, here on the Sunshine Coast to have so many amazing digital marketing agencies. So and they just keep growing, and it's been interesting seeing them over the last few years just keep expanding and growing as the need and the demand grows too.
Yeah, well, that's right. I think last year, amidst COVID, we thought we were going to have a pretty rough year, but it actually turned out to be one of our best years in business. So that was really good. I think a lot of people pivoted. A lot of business owners either pivoted or, they had to close their doors, unfortunately. But the ones who did pivot did experience some good growth there. So yeah, it was good to see and help out as well. So, and we don't actually just work with businesses on the coast. We, being a digital marketing agency, we have clients in America and New Zealand, and then sort of all around Australia. So it's been really cool. It's been a good journey.
Great experience. And so tell me, because you were saying you were already working at uni, you were working in the field while you were studying. That's correct.
Yes.
Toyota. So what do you think set you apart from, say, other people going for that role, but even when you graduated, set you apart from other candidates going for those roles?
So being a mature age student, so starting uni at 24,
You're so old.
I know. Well, I know, that's what I mean. I'm like, everybody was like, "You're a mature age student," but when you're in class and everybody's 17 or 18, you do feel a little bit mature at 24. So being a little bit older, I kind of already had work experience and knew the value of going out and getting work experience within that industry. I didn't actually work in marketing before I went to uni, but I just kind of knew the value in it. So in my first year of uni, I went and approached some businesses to get an internship. And so I did an internship with the Urban List, which was they're basically like an online publication that posts the best places to eat, drink, and be merry. So I did an internship with them doing their content. And then I also jumped over to the Creative Collective and hit them up for an internship for a little bit. And then, then a friend of mine who actually already worked for Toyota, who had finished the degree one year before me, she said, why don't you just come over here and do some assistant work for me? And so I think going out and actively seeking work, whether it's paid or not, is super important, and it will set anybody apart from people who have just come out of uni without, with no experience. So yeah.
Absolutely. And so that's almost graded career advice, which leads me to the next question is, what has been some of the best career advice that you've been given?
So I would probably say that it's just go out there and network. And I know that's a really sort of broad term, but also just surrounding yourself with other people who are sort of doing what you're doing and being successful. And, if you're going to hang around with hang around with friends who aren't doing anything with their lives or their careers, then you're probably going to just naturally head down that path. So if you find ambitious people and people who are in the industry who are doing what you want to do, then you're more likely to succeed and get ahead. And that goes for the people that you follow on social media. If you're following awesome entrepreneurs who are doing what you want to do, you're going to see the value and the benefits of just going out there and getting what you want. So yeah,
that's right. And I mean, there are amazing events for meet people if you don't know any on the coast and everywhere. So there's things like LinkedIn Local. There's on the coast, there's Reboot Noosa is a great place to go. And even just looking at Meetup. So the whole Meetup website is all around the world, and in there's special groups related to all different aspects of any career that you want to have, and you can go and meet people there. So that's excellent advice.
Yeah, cool. Mm-hmm.
When you're at uni, so the stuff that you learned at uni, what has been some of the most useful things, skills and knowledge that you gathered at uni that have helped you in your career?
Yeah, so there was bits and pieces out of each sort of I'm lost for the word, but I did marketing as my major, and then so my minors were social media and web design. So there was definitely bits and pieces out of each of them that I found very useful. But in terms of sort of helping me get to where I wanted to be, I think everything that I learned in social media helped a lot. So in that minor for me, the subjects that I did there, a lot of the technical stuff was very important to have in terms of going out and getting for a job. So that technical experience in knowing how to set up a Facebook ad, as well as content scheduling and all those kind of little technical tools helped me a lot. All of the theory and everything is also good to have, but the technical stuff really helped me. Yeah.
What's something that you wish you've been out going, oh, I wish I'd learned this at uni, and you've had to sort of upskill afterwards because you weren't taught at uni?
So the thing that I had to go out and learn more of, it wasn't necessarily that I didn't learn it at uni, it was a more in-depth knowledge of Facebook ads and how they work. And there is a free course that you can do. I know uni students probably don't want to do any more courses while they're at uni, but they're, just think about the next step would be, if they want to be an ads manager, is the Facebook Blueprint course. And that's the foundation that you need to get into Facebook ads. And once you sort of know that, you'll have a really good knowledge of how they work, the technical side, and how to measure and sort of optimize from there. So yeah.
I sort of go on about that every semester. Actually, we're going on a social media excursion. we're going to Australia Zoo, and so we're meeting the marketing team and learning how they use social. And then there's going to be a competition who gets the greatest engagement on content sort of created from around the zoo using all the right hashtags and things like that. And the winner, I'm going to pay for them to do the marketing associate certification.
Ah, cool. Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah. And there's
That's
also
a good
Facebook.
prize.
Yeah, and Facebook Blueprint are also having a student session on Facebook ads. It's at a really bad time. It's like 5 a.m. because it's beaming in from the States. But
Yeah.
if anyone's interested in going to that, let me know and I can send you the details. So that's all good. So doing free courses and workshops for students, particularly on Facebook.
Yeah.
So excellent. And so tell me, because you're working in social media all the time and it changes all the time. So what is something that you learned in the last 2 weeks? It could be a hack, a new piece of information, just something that you found really interesting that you could share with us.
Yeah, so a couple of there's been a couple of things that have come up recently. I'm hoping that you guys may understand, but the sort of I read an email that was about demand generation. So it was literally just to give you a bit of a backstory. So lead generation is basically going out there and finding new people, new leads, new clients, new customers, whatever form that may be in. Demand generation is a little bit different. So it's basically creating a demand for your product or your service. So I've never really thought about that. Sort of most of our campaigns that we run, that are lead generation. So it's literally spreading out some ads out there, and trying to find those people who will connect with us. But demand generation is more about the whole bigger picture and creating that brand awareness before you then try and get the clients. So that was really interesting. I never had heard that term before. So anyways, if anybody, it's come up in our space. So if anybody wants to learn about that, there'd be lots of information out there.
Yeah, and it sort of makes sense, doesn't it? Because demand, like often it can cost you so much more to try and find new customers when there's this idea of, I won't give you a lecture.
No, go for it.
They say that for some businesses, 80% of their revenue or profit come from 20% of their customers. So if you keep sort of creating demand within your existing customer base, but for new products and things like that, then that's even more valuable than just continually going after new customers all the time.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, that was another thing as well. Yeah.
Yeah. And so what advice would you give to emerging professionals, current students, about how to succeed in their career?
I think sort of circling back to what I originally said with going out and approaching other small businesses, or they don't have to be on the coast. You can literally work anywhere these days. So you could approach a marketing agency in Sydney that you might want to do some experience for, and just going out and doing that and being proactive, because that will really help you when you leave uni and look for a job.
Absolutely, and it also, I think, builds your confidence, because you'll be so used to approaching people you don't know and sort of giving them your pitch, and that's such a part of everything when you leave. So just getting used to doing that is, just going through that process really helps with that too.
Yeah. Oh, and one other thing. Do a personality test, because most agencies will make you do one. So it's good to know what type of personality you have, your strengths and weaknesses, instead of writing your resume and going, oh, I feel like my strength is this, or I feel like my weakness is this. Just actually really knowing, and none of them are negative or anything like that. It's just good to know where you sort of sit. So, for example, my personality, apparently I'm not very good at methodical things, but I do a job where I literally do that all the time. So it's just kind of good to know, because you might find that you would be better at a creative sort of job than a job where you look at data all day, is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. And do you recommend any particular personality test?
So the one I did for Pixel Co was the disc profile. So you can find the free one online anyways. And yeah, it's just good to see where you sort of fit in sort of if you're wanting to go into an agency, I guess you could see what type of role you'd fit best in.
Yeah. Okay, that's great advice. And probably the most important, well, the most important question of the show is, who do you like, share, and follow?
So I am a big fan of Cat Howell's Digital Distillery. And if you sign up more for Facebook ads, they have up-to-date information. They create a video each week that gives you the latest updates, and they broadcast that on Thursdays. And I literally just watch it. It's a 5-minute video, and it'll give me the latest updates, and they will refer to other links to find more information. So they're a really good one to follow.
Excellent. And can you tag them in the
absolutely,
the video when it's on LinkedIn and on Facebook? That would be amazing, so other people can follow.
Absolutely.
Great. So that brings us to the end. So do you have any final words you'd like to share?
I think that's it. I think we covered everything. Probably repeated myself a little bit, but yeah.
No, you're great. Excellent advice. So, and good luck with the new job.
Thank you.
I wish you every success. And so that brings us to the end of this episode of Like, Share, Follow. Next week, I have Lexi Guga, who is a merchandising assistant at GPC in Asia Pacific. And Lexi just graduated last week. So, so great to talk to her next week. Thank you so much, Jess, and have a great day. Go and have some coffee.
Thank you.
Excellent Wednesday.
You too. See you, Karen.